Alrighty, today we're doing mail call. This is a Ninja Turtles retro line. It came in today. I do have a couple of others. I got Leonardo and Michelangelo. And today we have Donatello. There's the 4 there. There's his file card. If you want to pause that and read it, you can. I have been collecting this line. I don't get that much of it. I just had a couple of things here and there. I don't plan on getting the whole series of this. They do have a few things out. I do want to get the Turtle Van, and I do want to get Raphael to complete them. And I'm more focused on G.I. Joes, but I do want the Turtles. I had these when I was a kid. They look pretty well close to what I had when I was a kid, and they look really good. Definitely a little darker shade color than what I remember, but they look pretty good. I remember the tree looking just like this, and they had like all this other stuff in here. When I take them out, I only take off like their main weapon, like his bow, and that's all I really want to take off. I don't want to take off all this other stuff. I leave everything on the tree. I just take off the main things. So let's get them open. I try to save the card back on these as best as I can, because I just like the way the artwork looks. Plus it has that, sorry about that. Plus it has that file card on it. I am an amateur at this video stuff, so I want to make mistakes here and there, and that's okay. Again, mostly these videos are just for me, just helping me remember what I have. And plus, my son likes to watch them when he's over at his mother's. So, yep, here he is so far. Looking good. Like I said, they make a turtle van in the retro, and I do plan on getting the turtle van. And I do plan, they do make a blimp as well, the turtle blimp. And I may get the turtle blimp. I'm not 100% sure on that. But I definitely am going to get the turtle van. I didn't have the van as a kid. I had friends that did, but I just wasn't that into Ninja Turtles. I mean, don't get me wrong, I liked them a lot, but I just wasn't all that crazy about them. I liked Star Wars, and I liked Star Trek and G.I. Joe better. So I always got that stuff more. I had a couple of turtles. I couldn't tell you which ones I had, but I did have a couple. Now, if you ever get Michelangelo, his nunchucks here, do not, I repeat, do not put them in his holster in the back, bent, because it will break. That right there, that the connecting piece of plastic that connects them, it will break. It's not it might break. No, it will break if you bend it too much. Even holding it, I don't even like mine to hold it like that. I try to put mine in, and I did put mine in his holster, and I had watched a couple of videos and people saying, oh, don't put it in the holster, it'll break. And I was like, oh, I don't think it will. You know, if it's just sitting there, I don't think it'll break. It'll be all right. And then I come back a couple of days later, it is completely snapped in two. So I wound up getting another one. At the time, these were still sold in the store, so it wasn't that hard to get another one. I didn't have to do any special things. but I haven't seen anything with him. But yep, this is pretty well how I remember the Turtles. I remember them being kind of clunky. And I do remember taking these things off, and we would spin them around on their shell. But they had it like where you can, like some of the other later releases had them where like their shells opened up and you had like extra weapons and storage and stuff like that. And I wasn't a big fan of that, because I like them like this better. But I mean, you got to do what you got to do to try to increase sales. They did release them in this style with the shells that open. I don't plan on getting those. I just want these. I want just these 4 right here. Most likely I'm going to get a Master Splinter. I think I saw them sell Shredder and Bebop and Rocksteady. I'll probably get them, but that's it. I don't plan on getting a whole lot of stuff. Plus the new Ninja Turtle movies coming out. Now all the stuff from here is all focused straight on the new Turtle movie. But yeah, he looks pretty good. I remember him being more shiny back in the day, but I think they had some kind of enamel on them. They're a little duller, which, I mean, honestly, I don't care if they're shiny or dull. They look good. They're pretty, their face, their facial expressions, the mask, the looks, everything looks pretty well like it did back then. These turtles are a little bit hard to stand. You kind of have to maneuver them just right, because their foot is, like, you got one flat foot and one bent foot. And that's how it was for the originals too, from what I remember anyway. So you have to kind of move them around a little bit in order to get them to stand. But I do remember having to get these off their tree. I'll go ahead and take one of them off. I'm gonna do this over here so I can see better. But I don't have any like snips or anything. I should, but I just don't. There's one. And yeah, G.I. Joe had like these trees too, I remember. Shaking everything here. I do remember G.I. Joe having these weapons trees too. And yeah, here we go. I'm not a big fan of the weapon trees, but hey, that's how it was back then. So, but yeah, he holds it pretty good, just like the rest of them. You can double hand it. You can make them double hand it and stuff. I'll probably put him on the shelf like this and put his other one through here. He comes with 2. But he's got some ninja stars, it looks like. He's got like all kinds of, just different things. Again, I don't plan on taking all this stuff off the tree. I'm just gonna take this and this off the tree, and that's it. And then the tree stands up. I'm gonna display them on their shelf like that. Just like that. I'm gonna display them with their tree in the background. So, but it does fit. That fits in his hand very well. And then you can slide it down the back here. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze. There we go. There we go, yeah. Just like that. And it looks pretty good. I wish that they had done another one to make him to where you can crisscross them like this. But, that's good. And he can carry two of them. He can carry one and put one back there. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay. But anyway, this is Mail Call. I'm enjoying this. I like it. It looks good. They look quite similar to how I remember. Again, I'm pretty sure I had this character as a kid, but I can't remember. It was just so long ago. And I mean, I can't really remember what I did yesterday. So, but yeah, I do remember having a few of them. I do remember taking them to church with me and playing with them during church, and taking them to, you know, like youth services and stuff, and playing with them at youth and with, you know, some church friends and stuff. And I remember taking them out to the sandbox and playing out there in the sandbox with them. But anyway, I'm rambling on here. So this is it. He looks good. Donatello. Like I said, I do have Leonardo and I have Michelangelo. Now I have Donatello. Last one I need to get is Raphael, which I plan on getting them soon. I found that this one was actually a pretty good deal. Sometimes these can get a little pricey on the aftermarket. But I mean, just pay whatever you're comfortable with paying. I just was looking, I just kept looking and kept looking, and then I just happened to see him come up, and they wanted a fair price for him, but they didn't want too much for him, and I went ahead and grabbed it. But these may be going down in price a little bit now that the new Turtle movie is coming out. I don't know if that has anything to do with the price drop or not. But I'm satisfied. And everybody have a good evening. Take care.